Well, not really. It's
By Mayberry, you know the cops.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, in that regard. But what I've noticed, Alex, like the past few years, there's been, well, first of all, in the particular neighborhood where the incident took place with the cop pulling out the gun on the young kids, I live on Sickles. That happened like the incident happened like on DeWitt, like kind of like that shoots off of Prince Street. But see, I drive around that corner all the time, and these kids are. We had a lot of snowstorms here the past 2 weeks, so these kids are doing a lot of snowball fighting, but they're not throwing snowballs at any of the cars that are driving by, because I drive by them.
You're saying you live there, you see them, they're having a good time. This is a total bull. I mean, it's not illegal to have a snowball fight, is what you're saying.
Exactly, and it's always been going on. But like I was saying, I've noticed in the past few years, they're bringing in cops who are not from the neighborhood. Then, see, on a deeper level, I've noticed that they got all the trap wire cameras up, these new, kind of slim white cameras.
It's a police state. Year after year, we watched the threats steadily increase. And now, this winter has been the worst on record when it comes to our immune systems and health. For more than 2 years, InfoWarsLife.com has been watching this crisis intensify, and Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Complex was our answer. Using a proprietary process that takes ancient proven herbs and combines them with modern science, this powerful and affordable formula contains more than 14 key herbs and extracts, including echinacea, ginger root, elderberry, golden seal root, a proprietary yin chio formula, and many, many more. I take it, and so does my family. It's made in the USA, gluten-free, alcohol-free, no artificial flavors or colors, and not tested on animals. Take advantage of this introductory offer for Ancient Defense, normally $19.95, now only $14.95. That's 25% off. Visit InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139 to secure your Ancient Defense.
What disaster is so powerful it unleashes a chain of mass pandemics, economic meltdowns, and violent food riots, all at the same time? NASA has already set the countdown timer, and right now the 21st century apocalypse is less than 13 months away. Former CIA Director James Woolsey says 2/3 of U.S. population could perish. In a matter of seconds, the world as we know it will cease to exist. The world's economy will be wiped out. Mass riots will follow. Ancient diseases will reemerge. How will you shield yourself and your loved ones from this upcoming apocalypse? Go to darkestdays.info to find out proven methods of protecting yourself, your loved ones, and even your entire community when this worst-case scenario unravels. That's darkestdays.info. darkestdays.info. Go there before this life-saving information becomes unavailable to the large public. Go to darkestdays.info now.
For all of recorded history, civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever, it's important to stock up on high-quality Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com. No survival chest is complete without Silver Bullet. Secure your Silver Bullet today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Silver Bullet. When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with Super Male or Super Female Vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. We now take you live to the Central Texas Command Center in the heart of the resistance, rallying patriots worldwide. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Stand up and be counted for what you are about to receive. We are the dealers. We'll give you everything you need. Hang on to the good times. I want to race through your calls now. But if you want to understand why the last caller is concerned, you need to know that, well, here's the headlines. Got a whole bunch of them. Europe's Jews ponder, is it time to flee Europe? Well, why is it just Jews that may need to flee Europe? Europe's been totally opened up to the third world, collapsed. So there'd be a large client population that would go along with anything and everything the social engineers wanted. This is a military takeover. This is a story from Infowars.com. Realtor, paranoia driving wealthy to buy homes in New Zealand. This on the heels of articles with Bill Gates calling for world government at Davos and George Soros saying, you know, give $100 trillion to Davos or there'll be social unrest as he funds it from Ukraine to Ferguson, Missouri. Rich American clients concerned about personal safety during global crisis. Building airstrips, armored compounds. The article breaks it down. Here's another report. Under a mattress, in the freezer. Why so many are hiding cash? Where to stash your cash? Americans are sleeping on it, literally. And it goes through how more and more Americans don't trust the banks, believe a crash is coming. People fundamentally don't believe in the system. We're clearly in a global depression, recession, depending on where you live, and the system's trying to act like everything is honky-dory. Just like they passed 20-something taxes in Obamacare and then told you it wasn't a tax, and now Obama is trying to cover up those new taxes. It's the same game over and over again. That's why there's armored vehicles and cops jumping out with guns when kids are playing with snowballs. That's why there's all this freaking out over security, because they're getting ready for the big plunge. They've taken over. They've robbed everything. They've done everybody down. They've secured their takeover to a certain extent, and they need any crisis they can to train everybody they're under martial law, just like Boston, so that they can then be safe in the conversion from a free market society to an oppressive, collapsed, totalitarian society. Let's go to your phone calls. Derek in Wyoming, thanks for holding. You're on the air.
Hello, Alex. Thanks for having me on, and a happy football Sunday. I wanted to talk about cell phone distraction. This winter I was handing out some information on Common Core from the Birchers there. I'm not in it. I'm in my local church, but I thank God for their information. And there was a line about 50 cars, and this is a town about 3,000 people to 6,000 people. Depends on the oil boom kind of crash now, but everyone was on their cell phones. 50 cars. I was interrupting Facebook, Pinterest, or whatever. So that's kind of what we're up against. But, it's frustrating, but we got to get involved. I ran for commissioner and school board and all that. Not because I'm good. I'd rather not do that. But if we don't do something, it's all over.
No, I totally get it. And I see people all the time. And I'll be honest, I'm guilty of it when I'm using GPS on my phone trying to find something to be looking down. But it's like looking at a map. I'm navigating at least. People at red lights don't go. People doing their makeup. People on elevators at the grocery store. They're not interacting with people. They're interacting with the little computer that they carry around with them.
Well, you know, right now in Austin, they just passed a law that if you touch your cell phone while you're driving, that you will face a big fine. And as a motorcycle rider, I don't think that is comes soon enough.
It is crazy. But don't worry. Now the robots are just going to drive the car. And, oh, it's already been put in your car. We didn't tell you. And we're going to tax you. That way there's no problems. See, once they start trying to claim you've got to live in a totally safe world, they've taken over. Because then only computers and robots can imprison us and, quote, deliver that safety. What they really want is the safety to carry out population reduction. Thank you, Derek. God bless you. Let's talk to A.D. in Delaware, another first-time caller. Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex, thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
Now, look, I want people to pay attention. You're bathing in EMF out here. You've got smart meters and everything else. My sister died working at Digital with 8 brain tumors, and we don't have that in my family. You need to understand that between EMF and vaccines and all the toxic industrial waste that people are eating every day, the fluoride and everything else, you don't stand a prayer. Your children don't stand a prayer. If you don't get your gut flora right, and I've had these discussions with some high-ups, okay, now I've also read...
I know you're right. Bill Gates is obsessed with the gut flora. He's patenting everything. Our guts are basically dead with all the GMO and the pesticides in the food. And if that's gone, then you don't have an immune system and the cancer takes over. Go ahead.
That's exactly right. What we're living in is Mein Kampf. Now, Hitler wrote about this stuff. Brzezinski wrote about this stuff. You better understand that the Bush cabal, for the last 100 years, has done nothing more than attack societies across the globe. If you don't wake up and get yourself right, I want to thank you and Dr. Groot, Dr. Blaylock, Dr. Black, Dr. Starr for teaching people about the difference in real food and industrial waste. You better get it right, the fluoride and everything else, get away from your children. Now, I want you to do an investigation on the University of Delaware and the University of Maryland and the University of Baltimore, along with Cambridge and everybody else, and understand 2 things. They've done nothing but recruit the nastiest of the nasty of the scientists. I had a roommate who was working in a psychology department. He was almost done with his master's degree, and they threw him out like a piece of trash when he questioned the morality and what they were doing.
Oh, that's right. You have to get the PhD by going along with them. I know a PhD who changed a bunch of Texas laws. I'm not going to get into it. Did some really great things for fathers' rights. He was about to get his PhD, but when he let them know what he was planning to do, they tried to deny it, and he had to basically start a lawsuit against them just to get it. So, yes, that's how it works. That's how they're controlling things.
That's exactly right. Now, pay attention. Pay real good attention to what I'm about to say. I want you to look up the Michael Cottrell documents, Endgame, Geithner, Summers emails, the banker takeover of the United States of America, the electronic reinvention of government, while the Republican votes were being flipped to Democrat votes. You better realize that nobody who has been elected was elected. They've been installed. And what you're looking at is the Patriot Act versus the Seagulls. You're right. It's crap. Every last bit of it, all the television, all the MK Ultra. Roseanne Barr came out and said that Hollywood was the biggest MK Ultra industrial complex on the planet. She went and grew macadamia nuts. Now, look, Alex, Yahweh bless. I don't care what anybody says. The Vatican has been kidnapping children, pedophiles. This is how they keep the elites in line.
Look, it's come out. Look at the British government. I hear you. It's just pure evil. We're out of time. We got to go to break. Thank you, AD. Powerful call. Alan, JT, Ray, Sean, and others. Boom, boom, boom. Your calls are coming up. Then we'll look at some of the so-called Republican field. We'll look at some other important reports. Tasering people to death. It's all coming up.
In the near future.
When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball,
Security alert. This is Homeland Security. Analysis. InfoWars building independent media operations.
We let the worst people get control and tell us that we are the ones responsible.
Prime directive. Discredit Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
A popular conspiracy theory talk show called InfoWars.
Alex Jones is now in an Austin jail.
These people are assaulting us.
Targeting of patriots engaged.
They are never going to stop. They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them.
Block free iPhone app at Infowars.com. Block free podcast and video feed. Imperative. Destroy Prison Planet TV.